to start from the mount position. So we're going to start here. All right, so what's the technical name of this? Go arm push and roll to the rear mount from the mount, right? So arm push and roll, that's what this is. Not to be confused with the arm trap and roll from the bottom, okay? So the first thing that we're gonna do once we get here to this position, we're just gonna start, like if we're throwing punches and our opponent on the bottom is gonna block, he's gonna block a certain way. He's gonna put his hands in front of him. We call this the George Foreman, right? He's gonna put his hands in front and he's gonna start blocking, okay? As soon as that happens, I'm gonna take both my hands and I'm going to attack his top arm, okay? So I'm gonna have 2-on-1. One hand is gonna grab the wrist, the other one's gonna go on the back of his tricep, okay? And then I'm gonna push his arm to the ground, okay? Person on the bottom, make sure you keep a fist and just put it on the ground so that way it doesn't get twisted up when we do the rest of this stuff, okay? So just maintain that fist with the straight wrist so it doesn't get twisted up. So as soon as I get that arm trapped, I'm gonna follow it up with my chest. I'm gonna put my chest right on top of the tricep, trapping that arm down, okay? From here, I'm gonna reach behind the head, and then I'm gonna grab his wrist with a thumbless grip, okay? Turn this way. From here, I'm just gonna turn my chest a little bit and expose the tip of his elbow, okay? Because I wanna be able to put my palm on the tip of his elbow, all right? And then in a ratcheting motion, I'm gonna start pushing him over to his stomach, okay? So I'm gonna push him over, slide my chest, push, slide my chest, push, until we get to this position where his elbow stops us from being able to push him any further, okay? From here, I'm gonna do a couple of things. I'm just gonna cup both my hands on top of his forearm, under his head, and then I'm gonna slide my chest down here above his upper portion of his chest, or his back, okay? So I'm here, I'm gonna slide down, boom. So that way, and you'll be able to feel it, like my chest is like going in this part, I'm just gonna drive him forward on top of his hand, okay? So I trapped, slid my chest down, and then I'm just gonna drive him forward on top. There we go. And then he gets in this position right here. Is that a fun position? No. Nope, that's not fun at all, okay? And then from here, I'm just gonna take both my hands, grab the back of the collar, and I'm gonna shove his head to the ground, okay? I'm trying to encourage him to get up, okay? So I'm putting a bunch of pressure on his head because I want him to start coming up on his knees, all right? Come up on your knees, and as soon as he comes up on his knees, I'm gonna get my hooks in, okay? Just like we did from the other positions, we had the back, I'm just putting my hooks in, all right? And then we're good from here, all right? And then after we get to that position, then we start moving into the next technique. Actually, he's going to escape the rear mount from here, okay? But first, we're just gonna do this portion right here. So again, we start from the mount. I start throwing punches. He does the George Foreman block, okay? I'm going to attack his top arm, whichever one's closest to his head, the one that's furthest away from me, that's the one I'm going to attack, okay? So as soon as he throws that George Foreman block up, I'm gonna do a 2-on-1. I'm gonna grab his wrist, and my hand's gonna go on the back of his tricep. And then I'm gonna push it to the ground. Follow it up with my chest, so that way I can keep his arm trapped, okay? Maintain control of the wrist, reach behind the head, and I just feed that to myself. And I get a thumbless grip right there. And we like to call this the gift wrap position. All right, probably not combatives, they don't, but you'll be okay. Yep. What is it?
We don't have one. There's not a name for it.
So it's a gift wrap position, we like that. So once we get control of that arm, then I can reach up. I just want to lift my chest up slightly to expose the tip of that elbow. And then from here, with the ratcheting motion, boom, slide, slide, until that elbow stops us from turning him any further. As soon as that elbow stops us, I'm going to collect his arm. So I'm just crossing my hands over, preventing him from being able to escape that arm, sliding my chest down his back, and then I'm driving on top. Okay, once I drive on top, it's going to sit up, grab the back, push his head down. Once he brings his feet up, I get my hooks in, and that's where we're going to stop. Any questions, comments, concerns on that arm push and roll?
Can you do it one more time, please?
I sure can. I'm sure your buddy will thank you later too. All right. So we're here, we're punching, boom, boom, he starts blocking. All right, as soon as that happens, I'm just coming across, 2-on-1. Grab the wrist, hand goes in the back of the tricep, and I push it down, okay? And then I follow it up with my chest to reinforce trapping this arm. Once I'm here, I reach behind the head, grab the wrist with the thumbless grip, open my chest, get my palm on the tip of his elbow, okay? And then in a ratcheting motion, I turn him over, boom, here, slide my chest, slide, and then we're good. As soon as that elbow stops us, trap the arm, slide my chest back, drive him on top of his own arm, grab the back of the collar, stuff his head on the ground. As soon as he brings comes up to his knees, I'm getting my hooks in, and then we're gonna go from there. Any other questions? All right, so do that.